What up, though, Pride Nation? Welcome back to another podcast. We talking Detroit Lions football, obviously. Gonna try to have fun with this, people. So I wanted to kind of leave it open. Have a little fun with it. I do got topics I want to hit on. Because I'm conflicted, and I'm conflicted because I'm gonna say a lot of unpopular stuff today. I know it's gonna be unpopular, but it's okay. It's okay. I don't mind saying unpopular stuff because sometimes it needs to be said, and it ain't personal. So, with that being said, let me jump right into it. I guess where I'm gonna pick this up is obviously the Detroit Lions have added a new person for the special teams. I've noticed a number of fans be like, "Oh, hell no! What is this? Why are we having these people added?" But everything else is good. Who cares? I understand sometimes the chain you can't have no weak links, but who cares? Like for real. So let's just keep it 100. We got down in the building. Let's see. We got Ab and Jimmy in the building. Noma's in the building. What up, dude? Let's see. We got Mr. Marcus in the building. We got Alex in the building. Oh, it went down way too fast. Fast as I can get it. Let's see. Antoine that you high. D-Map Zoom. Nicholas Aaron. But like I said, we're gonna have some fun. My first question to y'all is this. Hopefully all of y'all watched the playoff this past weekend. Like, hopefully y'all watched it. My question to y'all is, ladies and gentlemen, is who do you blame for the Packers loss? I'm just curious because this is a very, very important one. This is where I'm gonna start off with, because then it's going to lead into my next issue. Who do you in the chat blame for the Packers loss? Because I have a very clear-cut person that needs to be blamed, like 100%. So I'm gonna give y'all a minute to do that because I hear my son calling me. So let me get him together. Give me one brief second. All right, I'm back. All right, got to do my daddy thing, man. You know, daddy job duties are very important. All right, I'm sending a lot of Matt LaFleurs, and Kevin King. Matt LaFleurs, and this is the answer I want. That one. That's the answer I want right there. Why in the hell am I seeing all these Matt LaFleurs, Kevin Kings? Why am I seeing all that? I was listening to Colin Cowherd, a guy who I think gets it wrong too often, but this time he was right. He was right. And what he pointed out is the Green Bay Packers under Aaron Rodgers are 7-8 in the playoffs. 7-8 in the playoffs. And they noticed that all the fans blamed everything but Aaron Rodgers. And it got me to think, why are we not blaming Aaron Rodgers? Like, I can literally make a video of 20 minutes or longer of where he lost this game at, starting with his red zone throwing, right? But what I'm noticing is we are not willing to call a spade a spade. Shouldn't Aaron Rodgers take some blame? Like, if this was Stafford who went 7-8 in the playoffs, y'all would be blaming Stafford from here to high heaven. I don't understand this reasoning behind not blaming the quarterback. And this is what ticks me off about it. Aaron Rodgers went out there and they played their game, right? And don't get me wrong, Matt LaFleur made some mistakes. I thought the 2-point conversion was ridiculous because at that point the score would have been 28-24. You down 4, but the logic that they went with is go for 2, which will make it 25-28, and then if they need to, they can kick a field goal to tie it. See, that's a loser's mentality. The attitude should always be score a touchdown. It should be score a touchdown off rip. So I'm trying to figure out, why is it that Aaron Rodgers gets a pass? And please spare me this, he won a Super Bowl crap. I don't want to hear that. Okay? Spare me that. Why is it that he gets a pass, but then, like, We don't give our guy a pass. Why is it that people can, like, now mind you, if you go back to the previous one we did on the Real Detroit Lions fan, shout out to my peoples, right? When we did the round table over there on Thursday, I brought it up and I said, yo, everybody was complaining about the receiving core for the Packers. It's the same receiving core. It's literally the same receiving core. But yet nobody is blaming Aaron Rodgers. Why? If you look at Aaron Rodgers' numbers, the exact stat line, and in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, I'll help you. I'll get us there, right? I don't want you to not understand what I'm talking about, because it's important for us to be able to put stuff in context, right? This is the reality of it. That we keep acting like, oh, it's not that, it's this. Oh, it's not. Come on, man. This ain't got nothing to do with the Stafford. This got something to do with us as a fan base. There's a disconnect that I'm trying to figure out why. 33 of 48, 346 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception, and was sacked 5 times. That is literally a Matthew Stafford stat. But in this case, what the storyline is he played his butt off. Okay. He played his butt off, and everybody else around him failed him. Why is that? Tell me. Why is that? Okay, hold on. They blame Aaron Jones for fumbling, right? For fumbling. But this man was like 7 of like 18 or something. I forgot what the stat line was. He was like almost 50% or less in the red zone with them passes. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Do people not realize that the Packers lost at home in Lambeau, a stadium that is open? It was colder than a penguin's butt, okay? It was colder than a penguin's butt, okay? Help me understand why we're not talking about Aaron Rodgers. Now, I know for a fact that like this one right here. Did you not see Kevin King? Yep, I did. I also saw Tom Brady serve it up. 3 interceptions, and every storyline is he's going to his 10th Super Bowl carrying the Buccaneers. BS. If Stafford made it to a Super Bowl with those stats, y'all will be having a field day. Why is it that the fan base, and it's not just you, the Lion Pride Nation that ticks me off with this, it's the nation. Nobody is blaming freaking Aaron Rodgers. Why not? And Colin Cowherd made a very good point and pointing out that when you look at the facts, it's simple. Every year we make these excuses when he don't have them. He can't say he didn't have a run game. He can't say he didn't have a receiving core. It's the same receiving core he was lighting everybody up with, the same run game he was lighting everybody up with. A defense who got 3 turnovers for him in the second half that amounted to 10 points. Where is the flames in the air for that? Now, granted, I'll give 100% true to this. All-timer Dave is a Packers fan. He's right. Tampa Bay defense did carry them, which brings me to my next point, because they're hyping it up. They're hyping him up, acting like this ain't the result. This is what I'm confused about, people. This is what I'm lost about. Where is it at? Where is it at? Like, seriously. We did all this talking, and at the end of the day, we still don't know why they're not getting blamed. I don't get it. I just don't. Okay? Now, let me just take a minute to segue that into the bottom line. Don't y'all find it intriguing that the hottest quarterback right now is Matthew Stafford? Like, this is the guy that you all want gone. It's the hottest topic right now. If you were on YouTube right now and you put Matthew Stafford in your tags, you're going to get all the views. Now, again, this is not about a Matthew Stafford. This is about a simple fact of what is wrong with us as fans that we are not able to call out the other people. Was Kevin King terrible? Yes. Tom Brady was too. Since when do you win a game when you have 3 turnovers? 3. When do you win the game? See, in this right here, blue pill alert right here. Another Matthew Stafford conversation. He comes in late. I'm glad he's here, but he late. Blue pill thinking. It's not a Matthew Stafford conversation. This is a question for you, the fans. I asked a straight question. Who do you blame for the Packers loss? I got Matt LaFleur. I got one Aaron Jones. I got multiple Kevin Kings, but not one, minus Benjamin, said the quarterback. Seriously. What is it wrong with us as a fan base that we do not understand this hypocrisy? They literally said on every media outlet, I tried to find one, and the only one I found was Colin Cowherd and Marcellus Wiley to call BS on this. They literally blamed the coach, people, said that he don't got a good coach, and because they decided to take Jordan Love, that's why he didn't have anybody to throw the ball to. How did they get those 13 wins? How did they get home field advantage? You were at home versus a team from Florida. You know how cold it was at Green Bay that day, and you let a team from Florida, where the temp right now is probably freaking 75, come in there and smack you left or right. Now, what does that mean for the Detroit Lions? Right? Because this is where it's going to get intriguing at. What does that mean for the Detroit Lions? It means that as a fan, you got to check yourself. And what it means for the Detroit Lions is we need to be the ones to change the narratives. Because right now, I had to listen to Mike Valenti a couple of days ago. It was on YouTube, so I checked it out. All right. And when I checked it out, he was all hyped up and praising. And I'm like, as soon as they lose, he's going to be like, this the same organization who top 3. He literally, you know what? I'm going to let y'all hear it. I don't even got to do it. I'm going to let y'all hear it because I'm finna show you the hypocrisy. This is 100% hypocrisy. And the things that he said had me going like, what the hell? If that had been anybody else, we wouldn't have had this conversation. Let me cue it up because I want you to hear it. All right? Let me cue it up. That ain't what I want you to hear. That's them damn commercials. My bad. Now, as I'm queuing this up, I want y'all to understand something. All right? Pay attention to how he delivers this message. And I want you to ask yourself, as a fan, why are you buying into this BS? Y'all ready? Let's go.
Oh, my God. I got to tell you, now this is where the show gets positive. This is where the show gets exciting. And we got to handle the Lions in 2 different ways, Rico. One is organizationally, they continue to stack seemingly sensible quality hire over sensible quality hire. And I feel very weird. Like, I feel awesome about it. Okay, the only question mark I have of any of the people they've hired happens to be Hulk Hogan, a.k.a. their head coach. But fine, we'll get to the organizational stuff. I know what people want to talk about immediately. It's Matthew Stafford. Now, this weekend, the news broke that there was a mutual parting. Let's face it, Stafford went to them and said, I want out. He did the unthinkable. He did what many of us didn't believe he would ever do. And I can't tell you how proud I am of Matthew, Kelly, the kids whose names I don't know and don't care about. I'm proud of anyone related to Matthew John Stafford or John Matthew Stafford, whichever way it goes. He finally stood up for himself and said, I'm better than you. I need out. You knew the organization would have to say yes. What would they do? Everyone knows the Lions are in the gutter. That's what a mutual parting means. And guess what? I'm thrilled because even though Stafford has let them off the hook, okay, he let them off the hook. I still, unless you show me documentation of emails between Sheila and Rod the Bod and Brad Holmes that says we want him gone, we have to rebuild, I'll never believe that they'd be willing. Matthew Stafford called the shot. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Why is this important? Because as much as it still makes me doubt them.
Again, there go commercials. I hate the freaking ads on this thing. Now, so far, I have no disagreement with what he says. I never believed that it was a mutual breakup, right? I never believed this. So everything he's saying, what he's saying after this is what threw me off, because now I'm trying to figure out where he's going.
Chance at better. I'll tell you right from the rip, people, I will fully back Holmes, Dorsey, Campbell. I'll back the whole thing because now they have to trade this guy. They have to strip this down to the sticks. They got to reset their table, right? Reset the financial table. And we got to get some draft capital. And we got to get the new quarterback. I'm on board. I love it. I think Stafford will end up with the Colts. I think Stafford will end up maybe in Niner land. The bottom line is he gets to go do what he's got to do. I ain't mad. I'm actually thrilled. I actually like him more today than at any point in his career.
Now, he says I actually like him more today than any point in his career. And I'm trying to show y'all this to understand something. This fan base listens to this crap, right? And don't even pick up on the little cues and stuff. But again, this is why I started the show off with who is to blame for the loss for the Packers. And I wanted to see what people was going to say. I got one quarterback. Let's listen. We almost done with this part of it.
He stood up for himself. I think if you're the Lions, you got soul searching to do. Your three greatest players in history have done following. Quit on you the night before training camp, ended their career early, and you're in a fight with them about money. And then number three, demanded a trade.
Now, think about this. He just said, I've never been more happy with him than before. But now he's one of your three greatest players. You never respected him. Now you respected him because he went in there and said he wanted to trade. He did what you wanted him to do to make you look smart. So now you can say, see, I was right. The problem with Stafford. My issue with all of this is our fan base doesn't seem to understand that the same thing that they're talking about with this guy happened with Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers if that had been Stafford with those stats, y'all would have said Stafford is padding stats. I didn't hear not one person say Aaron Rodgers is padding stats. Not one. And what pisses me off is we as a fan base would jump down each other's throat over minute stuff like Matt Patricia. As a fan base, we are fighting over Matt Patricia getting a third year or not. Why? We're fighting over the problems being the quarterback. Why? We're fighting over we should draft a wide receiver. Why? Shout out to Motor City Sports Talk, right? So I'm watching his video, and he's talking about Zach Wilson. And he's trying to figure out, he's saying that he don't know if Zach Wilson has to earn. And I'm thinking, then you should go see it first, then say something. But what I was more impressed with was how the people in the comment section was like, yeah, because, he ain't got this. We need to go with a guy who's got mobility. And I'm thinking, okay, what does mobility got to do with throwing the ball? And so everybody, we got to get mobility. So I turn you to Exhibit A, right? Exhibit A would then be me showing you, or at least explaining to you, what the mobile quarterback does. It doesn't change your outcome. Let's start off with one, Mr. Blue Wonder himself, Josh Allen versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Josh Allen had 88 yards rushing on 7 carries. But if you take those 7 carries out, right, that team ran the ball 18 total times. So just take 7 away from it. That's 11. Take his 88 out of that 129 yards rushing that they had, and that team didn't even scratch the butt of 50-something yards. Like, seriously. So the mobility don't matter. He was sacked 4 times. So right there, having a more mobile quarterback doesn't necessarily mean much. It helps, but it doesn't necessarily mean much. And what I'm trying to point out to y'all is this is a fan base issue. This is a fan base issue where I'm trying to get y'all to understand that a lot of the things that y'all be happening before y'all very eyes with no consequence of y'all paying attention to it. None. You know what I'm saying? Like off rip. So off rip. I just want to bring it to y'all attention. Now, let's switch it up a little bit. Because I do want to talk about the draft. And I've been thinking about this. I've been talking to Detroit's own Big Wheel. Shout out to him. I've been talking to You Can Call Me Funk. Shout out to him. I've been talking to Izzy. Shout out to him. And they have brought up some very good points about the draft. And if we are to believe that there's a bidding war going on, like even Frederick Jackson, who we've had some conversations. I made a post where they tried to claim that if Darrell Bevel stayed, Stafford would have stayed. Fred went somewhere different with it. Because he missed the point. Like, even right now, you blaming his fan base because your boy can't win big games. Aaron Rodgers, what's the biggest game Aaron Rodgers ever won? You want, the Super Bowl? Go look at that. Defense? Go look at it. Defense and running the ball. He's never won without it. Just the reality of it. Like, that's not me making it up. But again, back to the draft talk. Somebody posted this idea, and it made so much sense. If you can get Miami to trade you the 3rd pick that they got in the trade from the Texans, and their pick at 18, if you can do that, okay, you would literally be able to not only, one, get your quarterback, but I honestly think you would still be able to get Micah Parsons. And I know this sounds crazy, but there's some crazy stories coming out. There's a crazy story coming out literally about his behavior. He's in litigation for bullying in college. Now, don't you get me wrong. I love me some bad boys. Shout out to you, Joseph Murdoch. Appreciate it. I love me having the bad boys. But if he's in litigation where it can revolve around him being suspended, I think he slides. If you can get them to do that, you will still be in a better place. If you can get them to do that, you can get a quarterback and a receiver. Literally, right? If you can just make those little small things happen, you simply would trade Stafford to Miami, right? You can even say to them, hey, we're going to give you Stafford. We'll give you our 7th pick too. Send us Tua, right? Just stay with me on my logic. You can say, give me Tua, because I know some of y'all love y'all some Tua. You will have Tua as your future quarterback that most of y'all wanted the year before anyway, and you can draft an offensive tackle, Sewell out of Oregon, and you literally now have Big V playing guard, Sewell playing right tackle, Taylor Decker playing left tackle, Jonah Jackson playing left guard, and your center is Zach Martin. You tell me that ain't an improved line. I'm just saying, you essentially still can get what you want in this trade. This is how crazy it is, right? Then I got told this trade offer, which was trade your 7th pick in Stafford to the Jets for the Jets 2 firsts, which would be their first at 2nd, and that first that's later in the draft at Jesus, I got to go back and look at it. I'm drawing a blank. I want to say it was like 20 something, right? Like something in that area, right? And the thing that I'm pointing out is, with that is even if you pull the trigger on that, you then can turn around, take your quarterback of the future, right? They still get their guy at 7 because ain't too many people finna take an offensive lineman in between that, right? And then you still got your extra pick to add a receiver for all you receiver fanboys who love y'all some receivers. You still walk away with what you want if these trades happen. Then somebody said to me, what if the unthinkable happens? And I said, what's that? What if the Falcons trade up with the Jets? And then the Jets now move down to 4, right? Then you can then trade with the Jets for not only the pick at 4, because you're moving down 3 spots. Okay? You would get the 23rd pick and you would get the 4th pick. You would still get your quarterback that you want of the future, or you take an offensive tackle, or if you're such a fan of Michael Parsons, who I don't think is a top 10 pick in this draft, you can still do it. Every scenario is there for you. But there was one scenario that I thought about that makes the most sense. And it's the only scenario that I think makes the most logical sense. Okay? It's the only one. If for some odd, strange reason that San Francisco or Dallas is so hell-bent on trading that first pick, mind you, that's pick 10 or 12. If they are so hell-bent on doing just that, all right, I'm just going to call a spade a spade. You can literally force their hands and say, I need the first in next year's draft plus your 10th pick, just for them moving up 3 spots. Now, I don't think Stafford is going to get no first. I don't think he's going to fetch us no first. I don't believe it. But if all that fails, let's say all of that fails, if you mess around, because I think your best trade partners is going to be the Colts, and I think your best trade partners are going to be the 49ers. If you can get those first in those drives. Now, I'm not talking about they be like, oh, give me the 7th pick in Stafford, you go to 12. No, the Lions do that. You better be telling me we picked up that 12th pick. You better be telling me we picked up a first, a second, and a 5th, which our trade should look like when James Harden was traded, right? We should have enough picks to wipe our butts with it. Washington is not an option, and I'm going to tell you why. And matter of fact, I'll just show you why, all right? Washington cannot be an option. And the reason Washington cannot be an option for all real reasons, let me get to it really quick. Washington, where is it at? Hold on. Got to get it together. Been a long day. I got off a little bit earlier than I wanted. I was like, hey, I'm happy. All right. Let's look at the draft picks. Washington is sitting at 19. So if you trade your pick, first overall, the first pick, 19th pick to them, and you were going by the trade chart, they don't have enough with just the 19th pick. They would have to then give up the 19th pick, a 3rd pick, and maybe even a 5th or a 6th. Or they would have to give up the first pick in 19 and a first in the next year's draft. But the reason they won't do that, and I'm finna tell you why, it's the most craziest reason ever, is they can just simply go and pick up Cam Newton. They can just simply go and add a Tyrod Taylor or one of these other quarterbacks they feel confident in. It doesn't have to be something so crazy. Now, what do you say? Mock trade, Bears receive Stafford and a first, Lions receive a 7th and a bag of Skittles. Now, Quincy, I'm gonna let you have that one. Shout out to Quincy Bell Sports. He is a Bears fan. He does have a great channel. He does follow every single freaking basketball thing there. I don't know how he doing it, but check him out if you like it. Now, remember Jamal Adams traded for 2 first-round picks. I thought Seattle was out their mind. I did. I thought they was ludicrous. But he also was younger, and he was a significant impact player, and I feel him. But to me, they should have been trying to get somebody else. But just stay with me for the logic of this conversation. All right. So if they trade us that pick at 19 and you walk away still having the 7th pick and the pick at 19, you can literally go out and get an impact player. Literally impact player at linebacker, at DN, whatever position you want, you can do it. The issue is this. You have to be able to make sure that the person you are picking up is comparable. That's all it boils down to. I can care less about all the other stuff. The only time a pick has value to me is if you're trading it. And if I am not trading that pick, it has no value. It is just a pick, like everybody else pick. You may have got the pick before me. Don't mean you can get the pick right. Now, at this point in the show, I'm going to do what's called a total takeover, Pride Nation takeover. Any questions you want to ask, anything you want to discuss, drop it in the chat. We're going to talk about it all. It's going to be a bidding war for Dak as well, I think. He's a free agent. And so, yeah, when you're a free agent, that's what I'm saying. I think if I'm looking at this and I am the Washington football team, it's so hard to say the other name, but if I'm the Washington football team, then I'm telling you, if I don't even got to give up an asset, I'll go on free agency and take my shot. Because the thing about it is the Lions, if they are smart, they have to get this trade done before the draft. I'm going to say it to y'all again. They have to get the trade done before the draft. Anything outside of that, we got a problem. Let's see. Let me see what y'all got in the chat. This comes from Devin99. How do you feel about Trey Lance? I think Trey Lance has the biggest boom bust that I can see. If you put him in the right scenario, he can be lights out. I almost can see him being a carbon copy of Carson Wentz, where he's in the perfect scenario. He's going to come out ball crazy, do all this cool stuff. But I can also see when the going gets tough, he faltering and not being tough enough mentally to win it. However, if you let him sit and you let him learn, I think we could be all right with him. I really do. We don't have other teams' value. Yeah, we don't. So I think what you're trying to say is we don't know how other teams value Stafford, Luke. No, we don't. I don't think we get a first, but if a team is willing to do it, I'm gonna be one happy camper. I just don't think it would happen. I know people love them, but I can love dairy, but let me get an ice cream and you sit by me. You're gonna be really upset when that lactose intolerant kick in. You're gonna be pissed. Let me see. Most Bear fans are closet Lions fans. If Stafford goes to a potential contender, I think we will get a first rounder. Okay. I can see Lance gone if we don't move up. No, he will not. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'll go back to Exhibit A. Let's go to Exhibit A. All right. If Lance is supposed to be the person that's gone, right? Where is he supposed to be gone at? If Jacksonville takes Trevor Lawrence, we're just going to start from right there. They got Lawrence. Is he going to the Jets? No. Is he going to the Dolphins? No. Is he going to ATL? No. No, he's not. Is he going to the Bengals? No, they're invested in Burrow. Is he going to the Eagles? No, they invested in Jalen Hurts. Now, here we are at 7. Where's Lance gone? Where he at? Even if Wilson and Lawrence is off the board, let's say, for example, we get the unthinkable. We get Lawrence, Wilson. Let's say this is Jalen Fields, right? By the time you get there at 7, you still got Lance. Like where is he going? Like that's the thing you got to look at. You have to look at the possibilities of it. So off rip, there's nobody who's going to take them before then. Again, keep y'all questions coming. I'm going to address as many of them as possible. This is about us, the fan base. I had to start the show off with checking the fan base for not having that same energy they give our people. We got to start handing it out. Luke, how can we fix this defense? Perfect. I actually got a video that Jimbo G asked me to do, and I was going to make the video. Then I thought it'd probably be better to do it live. And I think I'm going to do it probably Wednesday or Saturday, one of them days. But the way that you fix this defense is you have to put key talent in every position. And if you look at the Saints, when they had their Super Bowl run, and you look at the defense they had this year and how they've been creating it, they have a leader at every level. You got at the top, at the safety spot, you got Jenkins. And then he is basically feeding the hell out of Marcus Williams. And then you work your way down to the linebacker. They brought in Demario Davis to be the leader for the linebacking core, as well as Alonzo, because they already knew that we needed leadership at that spot. Then what you got to do is go and look at the D-line. Where's the leadership on that D-line? Cam and Hayward. So what you essentially look at is all three levels are being held accountable. The Lions have to do the same thing. Right now, who's the leader on our D-line? Right? Some people may say it's Trey Flowers. I ain't buying it, but if you say it is, okay. Who's the leader on the linebacker? Some people may say it's Collins. I ain't buying that, but okay. And then you go to the safety. You're not going to tell me nobody up there's the leader. Nobody. So you got to shore it up on all three levels with the leader. Once you do that, you have to find players that complement each other, right? It's sort of like if you're getting ready to go out on a night on the town or you getting ready for a date. You don't come in there with no striped pants, a polka dot shirt, and some platforms on. That's not how you rocking it. You feel me? Like you're not going out buying a suit that where all these different color patterns that don't equal up. You got to be seamless. That's how you got to build a defense. They are going to go to a hybrid 4-3. Now you may say, what the hell is a hybrid 4-3, Luke? A hybrid 4-3 is literally a defense that is predicated around you always constantly having 4 down linemen. But the hybrid part of it is that linebacker, that extra linebacker that you're going to have, it could be a safety, could not be a safety, could be a cornerback, could not be a cornerback. Well, Luke, where are you getting this from? Well, I got this from paying attention to the film. And they did this quite often in New Orleans, where they will bring in one of their more athletic but bigger guys to kind of cover that and fill it. I will be proven right when Stafford does this same old thing with another team. Can't wait to see it. And if he do, then he do. But my question is if they give him a run game, I think that would be the difference. Indy would give us a lot because their picks are so low. We can get the 1st, 4th, 6th, and the 4th next year. Yeah, but I mean, I guess that makes sense though when I think about it. The 1st, 4th, 6th, 4th, but I don't know if they give all that up. Says, how long have you been on? About 37 minutes. I think Lions trade up for the 3rd pick to take Zach Wilson. And this is where I go back to that point. This is a very logical way because if you think about it, if the Lions trade up to the third spot to get the quarterback that they want, right? Stay with me. And let's say the Dolphins fall down to 7, but the Lions get 3 and they get 18. So I'll show you what I mean by example. So the Lions trade up to 3 right here, basically taking that pick from them. They will fall to 7. They can still get their receiver. They can still get an offensive lineman. They can still do all kind of stuff. They would then have 3, and they would more than likely have to give up that 18th pick, right? Now we talking. But let's just say, hypothetically, let's just say they just decided that, you know what, we willing to spare one of our 1st round picks for Stafford. We'll give you pick 18. We'll give you pick 18 and a 2nd or a 3rd and 4th in next year's draft. You still got to put a trigger on that because as long as you were in that top 20, now you get more trade value. Because now, guess what? If you're sitting here at 18, right? Look at the teams behind you who still need a quarterback. Washington, Bears, the Colts, right? Pittsburgh. You still got people who needs this talent. So you put yourself in a position. But if you take this pick at 21, then it is what it is. Because now, once you get past this, Pittsburgh is going to just sit. They at this point, they know that this, and this is already happened. They're not going to get it. So, yes, I can see that being the case. I think you make a very good point. And so kudos to you for pointing that out. So, yeah, let me keep going. I'm going to keep going. This is y'all show. Whatever y'all ask, I'm working my way through it piece by piece, combing through each piece. Let me see. What did I miss? Let me see. I don't lost where my spacing was. I apologize, people. Lance is a bum. Again, the biggest boom or bust. ATL on Fields. Okay, cool. But if you got a quarterback that can sit, you never know. Let me see. Stafford to 49ers, NFC Championship appearance. Colts might win Super Bowl, football team, win division, maybe make a run. Maybe. At Luke, We going back to the 4-3 with Glenn? Yes. Glenn has played in both. Well, one, he's played in both 3 and 4-3, 3-4 and 4-3. But he's also been a part of coaching staffs who's coached both 3-4 and 4-3. Now, most of our talent is a 3-4, but they're going to bring back Jared Davis, right? Like there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I know this is upsetting to people. Nobody wants to hear this. What do you mean they're bringing back Jared Davis? They're bringing back Jared Davis. Okay, don't shoot me. Don't get mad at me. Don't get angry with me. Get mad at your head coach. Okay, your head coach said this, not me, the head coach, and he loves Jared Davis. But I knew that just from looking at the way that he, when he came from them, how he was going to view it. Now, this is just the reality. So, if the head coach is feeling like this, and if you don't believe me, I'll show you. This is Dan Campbell talking about the state of the Detroit Lions defense, as he called them, disheveled.
Listen, let me say this. There was pieces on that defense that were like, all right, man, if we don't take care of these guys, we're going to have some issues. There was a couple of guys, there are more than a couple that are like, all right, how are we going to handle this guy they were good at different areas. I mean, look, Davis, man, one of the first things I circled was, man, if we're running inside zone and or we're running our 42 ace, our lead draw, and you're leading on number 40, man, you better freaking be ready for him to drop his hat and hit you right under the chin. Like he will literally split your chin open and knock your hat off. So look, there's these little things that you circle in there.
That was for the people that was trolling me when I said he was elite, and they were like, "But you said he was elite," and I was right. I ain't the only one that think that. NFL coaches think that. NFL people who evaluate talent think that. They see what he do. The fact that he blows stuff up is very huge. And if you don't believe me, go and look at the Saints and how they use their linebackers when they're blitzing. It's very evident that they want to keep Jared Davis. Jared Davis is going to be a Lion. Told you that from the get-go. But this is more of the reason why I think they go back to the 4-3. Because Jared Davis in the 3-4 would have to be the outside rushing guy, which they could do. But the reality is they are going to put themselves in the position that helps them better. And it's easier to just go with the 4-down lineman and free up the linebackers. Now, it says, remember, Lions will not trade Stafford unless it's at least equal value, at least a first-round pick. That's true. The Dern is correct about that. They did talk about that, and Stafford has been made aware of it. And it is what it is. How much of a percentage are y'all Stafford fans in comparison to the Lions fans? I'm 60-40 Lions leaning. I am literally 90-10 Lions. I'm a football fan first. I don't really fall in love with players. I thought we should have traded Calvin Johnson, and we didn't. I thought that we should have absolutely capped Ndamukong Suh and told Calvin goodbye. If we would have did that, we would have had a complete receiving corps by now, as we did do when he left. I'm not saying Calvin sucked, but if you think we're going to get a first for Stafford, what could we have gotten for freaking Calvin Johnson? Just saying. Dude said we are going to put our strongest guy against their weakest. Yep. The Dern, anything lower than what's the point? Let me see. I do trust. That's another thing I brought up a few times. Do you really, like, right now? Like, obviously you got Dorsey. The front office looks like it's turning out to be beautiful. Do you now trust the Lions to get the right pick at quarterback? Like, seriously, like that's another one I want to put out there. Do you trust that? Do you really believe that? Also, Luke, Atlanta would be smart to invest into a young quarterback. I think they are. I think they are going to move on, because if you look at next year's quarterback class, you better be in the top 3 to get one. Reggie Ragland is the leader. Why? Because he's talking to media. If he's the leader, we're doing bad. He should not be the leader. Nick Williams is the leader of the D-line. If I snorted drugs, I don't. Amamu is better than any quarterback the Lions can get at 7. Give him a bad-ass running back with Swift, fix the D. Amamu. Why that name sound familiar? Joseph, give me the whole name if you can and the number in the school, because I it's too much to remember. Let me see. I gave up Stafford years ago, gave his rookie card to my youngest son. What does that tell you? That you finna make your son a lot of money. Good investment, because all he has to do is win a Super Bowl or get to a Super Bowl. If he win it, he's in the Hall of Fame. It's just that simple. The numbers are there. It's in line with everything else. If he wins a Super Bowl, he's in the Hall of Fame. So you just made your son some money. Dan the dude can fail now after the first passer. Luke, you're gonna be so wrong on Lance. What do you mean? I said he got the biggest boomer bust, but I would still take him and let him sit. What are you talking about? Let me see. We got Marcus Willis. What up, though? What? Listen. Y'all know I suck with people's names. Don't judge me. ATL will take Fields, a hometown guy. Okay. Let's see. This man Field overthrow the ball too much. That's a scary thing. OL miss. Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know if I'd say that about him, but I know who you're talking about. Luke, how you know I'm a bit going out looking like Goldie winning Mac of the year? Nah, bro, you can't go out like that. You just can't. You got to be fresh to death. Let me get down to some of these other ones. Let me see. Can we get Trey Lance maybe mid-first? No. And I'll show you why. Here's why we cannot get him. If you take Parsons at 7, I want you to understand something to me. All right. If you take Parsons at 7, you are forfeiting. Okay. You are forfeiting your chance for that top quarterback or any quarterback with a caliber of thinking. Why? Because once you get past 7, it gets real interesting. Denver needs a quarterback. You don't think they'd be willing to take a Trey Lance? Right? Carolina, I'm hearing, is not so sold on Teddy Bridgewater. But I still think they go like offensive weapon or defense, in my opinion. Dallas need a quarterback, right? We already know that the Giants ain't gonna take the quarterback, but the 49ers, they definitely need a quarterback. You don't think they'll let Trey Lance sit behind Jimmy G? So if you let him get past 7, if Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, if any of them 3 is your quarterbacks and they get past 7, you're done. You're done. Start looking at Mac Jones. Start looking at Trask. Start looking at Ellinger. You're done. If they get past 7, you're not taking a quarterback until maybe the 3rd round. Maybe 2nd, but more than likely 3rd round. Because there are too many people afterwards who want a quarterback. If that quarterback get past Denver, Dallas, the 49ers, and New England, he ain't getting past Vegas because Vegas wants to move on from Derek Carr. So, and if he does get past Vegas, you still got Washington, Chicago, and the Colts. All of them need quarterbacks. So, no, I don't think you can get him in the mid rounds. Do you trust Dorsey to pick a quarterback? Dorsey's not the one picking the quarterback. The person who will be picking a quarterback will be Brad Holmes. That's what he was brought here to do. He's the talent evaluator. He's the one picking the quarterback. What Dorsey's job is to see to it that the people underneath him do their jobs. In other words, Brad Holmes needs to do his job. That's what Dorsey's job is. He needs to make sure that the roster looks a certain way, that things move a certain way, that certain things get filled. So he's not the one making the pick. It doesn't matter. Let me see. Draft a quarterback last year is a waste if the new regime doesn't want him. Look at Arizona. One of the reasons, I mean, it's funny, Hater's House, this is one of the things. I pointed this out last year. I said, what would be your reason for taking a quarterback last year, knowing that the whole entire team is on a hot seat? And I knew that they was going to get fired. I was probably one of the biggest fans of saying, listen, you can't take a quarterback because they're going to fire him. and you're going to end up with a top 10 pick the next draft. No, we're not, Luke. We going to the playoffs. I'm telling you, everybody needs 3 years to build. No, we don't. His coaching decisions are horrible, and the people see it that play for him, and that's why you're seeing a lot of failed things happening. So imagine if we did take Tua or Justin Herbert. If we took Tua or Justin Herbert for the quarterback for last year, which I know most of y'all be like, if it was Herbert, I'm cool. I seen what he can do. Now you sitting up here with the 7th pick, and yes, then you can say, oh, I want to take a wide receiver. But then that still would be a mistake because the defense sucked. And so this is why you don't do it. It's a reason why they took Kyler Murray and said bye Rosen. Then Rosen gets over to the Dolphins, and what do? They still took Tua and said bye Rosen. This is the reality. I want the guy that I want. And if we're not willing to do just that, then don't be shocked when it don't go the way that you want it to go. Let's see what we got going on now. Phillip Rivers will be in the Hall of Fame before Stafford. Both never going. Okay. Players coach, great start. I think so. Lions fired Patricia and Quin a little late. I think they fired them definitely a little late. After the first season, it should have been done. I had already saw what I need to see. It wasn't no fluke. I'm like, bro, one of the big things we hated about Jim Caldwell was it was never enough people on the field or too many people on the field. And here goes Matt Patricia with the same problem. Why? Because he was never meant to be that leader. Let me see. No, I wasn't laughing at you, Luke. You said they give. Yeah, listen. I didn't say that. The Dern says, Dr. Detroit, you damn right I do, bro. Much more confident than Quin. I don't see it happening, but okay. Glenn, Lynn, Staley, Campbell. Listen, this damn front office is not human. Our front office is lit, people. You hear me? It's lit. Cut Daniels, get married. Mariota? He's still playing? Hold on, people. Y'all tell me, is Marcus Mariota still in the league? Marcus Mariota? I'm good on that. If you telling me I got to pick up Marcus Mariota, go Lions, I want you to be the quarterback. I know you can still suit up. Put them goddamn cleats on and go suit up. Grab a helmet. I don't care which, you know what, sandlot it. Don't even put no helmet on. You could be the quarterback. If you telling me Marcus Mariota is no, he cannot be an option. I would take you over Marcus Mariota. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that you're not dope. I just think you would be much better than Marcus Mariota. Let me see. Didn't like the Campbell signing until everyone in the media dumped on him. That's another thing. I keep trying to explain to y'all. Sometimes a pattern stands out, and it was one of the things that I noticed. Everything about this team was set up to say nobody believes in us. This is the same thing that happened with the Eagles. They went with the nobody believes in us. Nobody's going to buy or trust what we're doing. And so what they did was they said, okay, we're going to get a bunch of people that nobody respect. They literally just went out and added Deuce Staley and literally said, you're going to be the assistant head coach. Not Anthony Lynn, who was a head coach already. No, they went out and got Deuce and said, you're going to be the assistant head coach. And then when they added Glenn, another player, that was a send a message. Nobody believes in you. So this is all of our show to prove them wrong. Luke, if Sewell drops to us, who you taking? Sewell or Park? Sewell, hands down. Hands down taking it. Listen, my man didn't give up a sack in like 200 and some things. He only gave up like 5 pressures in all of this time doing it. I don't know what else you want from this dude can play left tackle, right tackle. I would literally bring him in and tell Decker it was fun you playing right tackle. I mean, that's like, no. If my pick is between Sewell and Parsons, I'm taking Sewell all day and twice on Sundays. Bob Quinn's dad ass signed Daniels to a 3-year deal. I don't even want to talk about a delusional Lion fan. Don't do that to me. When it happened, I questioned it. I questioned why we traded for freaking Everson Griffin. It ain't my problem. I'm just saying. Lions got to get Fields. Tell me why. Tell me why in the mix. Why do we got to get Fields? I mean, I'm not. Listen, they got to take a quarterback either way it go, so it don't matter. But tell me why. Dan cutting the whole roster. No, he's not gonna do that. Dan know that majority of the best parts are on offense. He said this in multiple things, and there are some key parts on defense that he absolutely loves. So, not the whole roster, but it's gonna be a lot of people. Do you like Justin Fields? I am okay with Justin Fields. One of my issues with Justin Fields is the same issue that I had with Okudah. And I hate to put it this way, but my issue with Okudah was not only did he not go against the level of talent, my issue was he had so much talent around him, it was really no way for him to fail. And when I look at Fields, he had talent around him. You could turn around and hand that ball off 100 times if you wanted to, and you got production. And to me, anytime I see somebody with that level of talent, I wonder, how do you handle adversity? When it's all bad and ain't going right, I look at your film really hard. Is he somebody that I would take? Yes. Who does he remind me of in terms of a player? Dak Prescott. You have to put him in a perfect situation for him to succeed. If you're not willing to build up an offensive line and you're not willing to put him in a perfect situation, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. So I just look at it and I say, if he's not going to come into a system that's going to allow him to do the best that he can be at, why get him? Luke, no, it's a group decision, not all on Holmes. Yeah, they said all that. I heard that. They said all that. It was cute, just like it was a mutual breakup between Stafford and the Lions. You really think the Lions just decided, oh, I think it's time for us to call it quits? No. I said that from the get-go. I never thought it was that. I think he messed them up. Blew their mind when he walked up and was like, yeah, trade me. They were like, oh, why us? So I'm just saying, I'm cool with Lance or Wilson, but Wilson would be my top pick. He would be mine too. I know Motor City Sports Talk, he was talking about he wondered about his speed and mobility. I'm like, you got to watch the film. That boy will run. And he's smart enough to not only run, because the idea is, I don't think you got to be faster. Now, keep in mind, I rock with Motor City Sports Talk. I like what's going on, even though sometimes he be bashing on Stafford and he be bashing on a lot of stuff. I ain't knocking him. He got his opinion. I got mine. It's all good. But the reality is that you don't got to be fast. Aaron Rodgers ain't fast. Patrick Mahomes ain't fast. You just got to know when to run and when not to run. That's the problem. Like, people forget Russell Wilson is like, oh, he's so fast. No, he's not. He just knows when to run and when not to run. Lamar Jackson is fast. It's not. It helps him for so long and then it runs out. So yes, I would definitely love that. Mac Jones, again, he's a strong system guy. He's a system guy. He has a ton of talent, and they don't tell him what's going to happen with that. Not including Lawrence, who you think has the most upside outside of Fields, Wilson, Trey. Who would you take? I'm taking Zach Wilson. Everybody wants to knock Zach Wilson because they say that, oh, he only had one good year. So did Joe Burrow. What's your point? Next. And then on top of it, when you talk about upside, I have to ask myself, who can come in and win it between the ears first? Immediately between the ears. You don't go to BYU if you're stupid. I'm just going to put it out there. Okay. You can come to University of Michigan. You can come to Michigan State. You can go to Ohio State. You can go to all them other schools because all you need is a 2.0 to get in there. You're not getting in BYU with a 2-0. With a 2-something, you could be the janitor in BYU. So if you're a quarterback who made it in there as a quarterback, you got to be smart. And to me, the upside lies in that alone. Like 100%. So let's see. What else y'all got for me? Keep them coming, man. I'm enjoying this. Like, just open it up and let y'all rip. What's going on with this? Myers take Fields, draft board exploding. If Urban Myers take Fields, you're right. The whole entire draft is messed up. If he take Justin Fields, then you know for a fact that the offers to move up to that number 2 spot to the Jets is going to be crazy, and the Jets just may take him. So, you know, you would destroy the whole entire thing if you did that. If Quin Trencher drafted a quarterback, they would have tried to use that as an excuse. I don't even know if it would have been an excuse. You get blew out by the Panthers, ain't that much of an excuse. When you get blew out by a team that went 4-12 on Thanksgiving Day, that literally had all of their starters out, like starting receiver, running back. The only person that was in was the quarterback, and you get beat like that, you was gonna get fired. like there's no way of getting around it. You was gonna get fired. Dan Campbell is the one making the decision. It's his quarterback. Nope, I don't agree with that. B. Wills. I don't agree. B. Willis Harris. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Dan Campbell's job is to work in conjunction. He can make suggestions, and they can try to honor those suggestions. But when you got a guy like Dorsey, you got a guy like that has a proven track record like Dorsey. You got Chris Spielman, who's the football guy in the room that can say, "Hey, yeah," to the management and to Rod Woods that wouldn't be a good football move. You got to move different. When you got Brad Holmes who evaluate talent, you got to move different. So I don't think it's his decision. I think that it's going to come down to Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes is good at working with people, but at the end of the day, it's his decision. Could be double talking to increase JD's trade value. No. No. I got a whole video showing him blowing up people. I can go and do a whole video showing you all the other linebackers who can't even get off a damn block. It's not even funny. So let me see. Let me keep going. All this talk about first rounder doesn't necessarily mean any of them will pan out. Can you say Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Gardner Minshew, Justin? Facts. This is why I keep it like that. Yo, Luke, new sub here. Like the content, fan. Fire. Hey, appreciate it, man. Stay tuned because I am getting ready to start dropping film studies. I have been busting my butt off knocking these things out so I can just drop them as I go. I think the first one I'm going to drop is going to be the recap of the rookies season. So I'm going to kind of show you what they did throughout the season from that original draft. And then from there, I'll keep it coming. So stay tuned. Tell a friend to join in and subscribe. Also, if you ever want to be on the show, simply reach out to me on Twitter. Let's see, I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook, but I rarely check Facebook because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I'm on Instagram. So, and you can send me an email. If you want to be on the show, I will get you on. Yes, sir. Play it on prime time. Let me see. Mariota is barking. I just didn't know Mariota was still playing, bro. Like I thought he went off to the sunset somewhere. I'm like, Marcus Mariota, what? He played for the Raiders. Really? So you know how much I be paying attention for Marcus Mariota. The front office starting to look like the next Avengers movie, bro. It is. It's a simple job, and they basically said that we're gonna change the way that it's thinking. That everybody in that room can check each other. That's cool. That's what you want. It just is what it is. Yeah, I'm not messing with Marcus Mariota. Y'all can have him. I'm not. True about Calvin. Should have traded him. Yeah, we should have traded Calvin Johnson. I don't know what the hell we was thinking. Y'all want to see a fun stat? Homework assignment. Go and look at Detroit Lions defense before Ndamukong Suh. Then go and look at the rankings. Then go and look at the defense ranking with Ndamukong Suh. Then go and look at the rankings again when he's gone. The numbers will blow your head up. You hear me? I'm talking about it's terrible. It's terrible. Luke G, what's your opinion on the coaching staff? They got to show me. Talk is cheap. It sounds good, but I understood what he was doing. When he gave that press conference, I told you that was the bat signal. I'm letting free agents. I'm letting players who are soon to be free agents, former and new. I'm letting draft picks know when you come here, this is the mentality I want. If you're not coming here with that mentality, don't worry about coming here. The days of you slouching off and chilling ain't going to work. If you coming here to collect the paycheck because your career over, this ain't the team for you. So I knew what he was doing. It was a call to action. And so I get it. But at the end of the day, that call to action don't mean nothing. You got to put it together. You got to show me. And I got to see it in results. It said your stream is like 6 minutes behind. You change it in stream settings. Okay, I had to fix that. I didn't know that, but now I do. Thank you. I'm a bit optimistic for the staff. You have to be. Detroit Lions have one of the best front office in the league. It's sure as hell looking like it. Who was Patricia's assistant coach? Do we really got to talk about it? We just trying to wipe that memory out of our brains. Okay. Dacker is our rock left tackle. Yep, I think he is. No more effing offensive lineman. Why not? I'm not being funny, but why not? Seriously, think about this. If you're drafting a quarterback, or let's say the quarterbacks ain't there. Let's say you do some kind of weird trade, and now your offensive lineman is, let me see. Let's say you got left tackle Dacker, Jonah Jackson left guard, Frank Ragnow center, Big V. Well, hell, the thing about Sewell is Sewell can play both guard in there. But anyway, Big V and then Sewell, that offensive line is ridiculous. You can run the ball, you can pass it. You got a tight end. Talk about tight ends. You know what's funny? Everybody was hyped up on Lamar Jackson. How he do without that tight end out there, without that run game? Got real for him. You got to have a run game in this league to win in the playoffs. Why you his name like see what I listen, but I know I one thing you're gonna learn about me in the mix, I don't pronounce nobody's name right. And if J-Mo was on the show, J-Mo will correct me every single time. I suck at names, people. I do this even when I'm at work. I just suck at names. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I said Sewell, I thought I said that. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I don't know. Let me see what we got. What's up, Luke and everybody? We will end up with quarterback that nobody will expect. Watch. Quarterback what nobody will expect. At 7? Are you saying at 7? Or are you saying just in general? You know, let me know. And like, because to me, if you're saying at 7, I don't know. He on the Raiders, man. Yeah, well. Luke speaking facts right now, dude. Appreciate it. Kid, Kentucky. You know what? There's 3 safeties, right? So there are 3 safeties I'm just absolutely in love with. Like 3 safeties. One of them was suggested by a subscriber, and I meant to take a screenshot so I can see his name and give him his props. Richie Grant. Yes. Andre Cisco. Yes. The third, I'm gonna say because I gotta do a video on it, and I don't want y'all to know yet. Just putting it out there. I would cry if Stafford goes to the Cowboys. Well, you the burner account. Don't take yourself to the Cowboys. You know, Fields can't throw. I'm not gonna say that. I just think that he has so much talent that you don't know what you're getting. Like to me, here come an unpopular opinion. Everybody be hyped up on Patrick Mahomes, but I'm like, how do you lose with that team? That team was going 11 games with Alex Smith, and then all they did was add more talent to it. Like this man got a 3-headed dragon at running back. Did y'all not see them swapping out running backs? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see them how they was just like they was just like we just, we're gonna put in Darrell Williams. Yeah, we're gonna put him in. Then they'll take him out. We're gonna put in Hilaria. Like they were just swapping them out. It was nuts. I was so impressed. I wish I did have a 3-headed dragon at running back. They got a 4-headed dragon at receiver. I'm just saying. Yeah, Lance will be gone by 8. I believe that. Fields, let me see. Do you think it's possible we can move that Trey Flowers contract because he hasn't produced? Let's see. I'm gonna look it up. I believe there are some ways around it, but I think because he got so many years left on it, and if they're trading Stafford for that $19 million, I don't know if you really want to play around with that. You see what I'm saying? Because if you are playing around with it at that point, now the question becomes, how do you take all these different cap hits, right? Like if the cap hit that is going to happen is 19 million, which is going to have to be 19 million. And we're trying to move on from Trey Flowers. I don't know if that will work. So let's say, for example, we just need to go ahead and let me scroll this down right here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Whoa. All right. So, all right. Let's see. 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 Let me get this over here. Come on now. Get over. All right, boom. All right. So let's say we're just gonna go ahead right here and we're gonna put trade, right? So we're taking our cap hit. Trey Flowers doesn't even net us no money. We take a $26 million cap hit if we cut him, right? And if you do a June 1st type thing, that's still $15 million in cap hit. I don't think you want that. Like, if you want to see what it would look like, okay, let's say we just leave this like cut, right? Stafford right now, man, this is tough. Stafford right now is essentially bringing us basically $19 million in dead money, right? So we got $19 in dead money. Like it is what it is. So your cap now becomes 15 mil. And you know there's certain people who contract fall off. But now if you're talking about Trey Flowers being a June 1st one, we go to 20, and then we take a $15 million cap hit. And then we still got to find somebody to take. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it at that point. At that point, you're grasping at straws, trying to justify moving on. Like, yeah, he's been hurt. Yeah, the production ain't been there, but he's been about what he's been the entire time with the Lions, with the Patriots for that matter. So I don't see us having the ability to do that, unfortunately. Let me see. I'm gonna knock out a few more, then I'm gonna get out of here. Who is the top free agent you want the Lions to go after? Bam, great question. Let me go to it. I'll go to it. Let me go to it. Top free agent. I'm finna show you. And y'all about to be like, what the hell, Luke? And I'm about to be like, listen, you asked. Don't judge me. I'm just telling you this is what I think the Lions should go after. I could be wrong. But if it was me, this is who will be my number one target. Come on, computer. My computer is acting stupid. Hold on now. All right. Oh, what's going on, computer? Don't start this. All right, so the computer's acting stupid. All right, let me see. All right. Hopefully it loads up. It could just be the website, honestly, because everything else is coming up. So I think it might just be the website. Yeah, like what the hell? I don't understand why it's doing this. Anyway, I'll just tell you who it is. The number one person I want the Lions to go after. Boy, y'all finna cuss me out. I could, you know how you can feel those moments where you know you're finna get cussed out, but I'm just gonna call a spade a goddamn spade, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. The number one person I want them to pick up is Leonard Williams. Now, y'all may be saying, Leonard Williams? What? Leonard Williams? Why Leonard Williams? Leonard Williams with Penny Senny completes our D line for a 4-3. It just is what it is. Leonard Williams completes our D line for that 4-3. That's the number one guy I will go after. Why? He can play D end. He can play D tackle. What does that got to do with anything? What does Cameron Jordan does? Play D end, play D tackle. What does Trey Flower do? Play D end, play D tackle. Now you got two of them. Just saying. He's my number one. It says, let me see. Luke, when can we see some more videos? I think I'm gonna start dropping them on starting Saturday. Because what I'm trying to do is I got so many people to review. I'm trying to space it out so I can have, it to work. They're getting ready to change my schedule at work. So that's kind of another task for me. But yeah, it's one of them things. But yeah, Leonard Williams is my number one guy for the Lions. If it was any other team but the Lions, I would not be talking about no damn Leonard Williams. I thought about Bud Dupree, but he stayed hurt. I thought about Shaquille Barrett, but I think he's doing that kazoo over there. So just putting it out there. I thought about Matt Judon, but again, I don't think Matt Judon in and of itself is changing nothing. So who gives me the best chance of getting a fair contract and getting some production? Leonard Williams. That's who I would go after. Let me see who else we got. I want to make sure I don't miss nothing. I don't want to miss nobody. Let me keep going because I gotta get myself ready. All right, let me see. Hey Luke, you like that Richard Grant guy, huh? Boy, was that you who told me about him? If that was you, Don, yes. That's what I want to see. Them the kind of people y'all should send me. I'm telling y'all right now, FYI, let me just put this out there. If you send me a player that is not a Detroit Lion need, I am not wasting no energy on them. Like, I'm just not doing it. I'm not wasting no energy on them. Because if it's not a need, then it's a luxury pick. And we're not taking luxury picks. That's the old Lions. That's the old Lions. But yes, I do like Richie Grant. I do like what I saw out of him. Complete the D-line like Okor brothers. Boy, listen. I think he might be gonna have to take a pay cut or he gonna be on his way out. Luke, how much you think Leonard Williams will cost us? And for how many years? Well, you can do him for like a 3-year deal, and it probably won't even run you no more than maybe 9 or 11 million a year. If that. Like, I don't see him getting no huge contract coming here. He know what time it is. He ain't lived up to his draft bill. So, maybe a 3-year deal, maybe a 1-year rental. Ain't no telling. Nice stream as usual. Hey, appreciate Red Pill people stand up. What about at safety? What do you mean? Free agency or in the draft? Sports on the Run. Free agency or in the draft? You gotta clarify that. Who is your draft snub, Luke? For this year or for last year? Because you're talking about last year, there's a bunch of them. Nevin Gallimore was one of them. He was a guy that ended up getting in late for the Cowboys, and then they realized, oh, he can play. Yeah, like, like what did y'all think was gonna happen here? So yeah, but what do you mean? Which draft? We need literally all 3 of these players: Williams, Levante David. You ain't gonna get all 3. Justin Sims, I'm good on. Why would I take Justin Sims? And this draft has good safeties. This draft has good safeties that you can take to be a complimentary guy and get it done. But you're not going to get all of them. Levante David, would I be okay with him? Cool, but then you still got another problem. What are you going to do with these other players? You still got Tavai that you got to do something with. You're going to re-sign Jared Davis. And then you got to figure out what you're going to do with Collins. Is he going to stay here or not? So that's another thing. Yeah, Don, good call. Richie Grant, good call. That's legit. I can rock with that. Let me see. Yeah, if they cut Trey Flowers post June 1st in 2020, dead money is only about $5 million and saves them almost $18 million. Again, it ain't happening this year, but yes, see, that's what I'm saying. You gotta go down a rabbit hole sometimes, and I can agree with that. I haven't even looked at it that far, but yeah, that's good. Go check out Patrick Jones from Picks. Is that number 97? Or is that, let me see, Patrick Jones. I'm trying to think. What number is Patrick Jones? Give me the number for him. Patrick Jones. Oh, man. Delvin Tomlinson would be a nice pickup from the Giants. No. And I'm going to tell you why. He doesn't bring you the versatility that I would like to have. And I think that when you're looking at how the Saints work, they want people who not only get pressure, get pushed, but that can maintain gap assignment. And he can do that, but he's just that. He's literally Snacks Harrison all over again. No. Not saying that he's gonna take our money and run, but he's limited. How you mention Williams and now show the and not show the stats? Bro, I don't know. I didn't even think about it. My bad. This year. Yeah, I would go Nevin Gallimore was a snub. That I just don't know. Like, I think he should have went earlier. Who else I would say was a snub? I'm trying to think. My brain is running at 100 miles. Because there's a few, like TJ Edwards not getting drafted was a snub. Like, what the hell was that? Like, that all he did was ball out. He balled for the Eagles. I don't know what the hell was going on, but it happened. Marcus Williams. I think Marcus Williams is just a popular name because he played for the Saints. You know, it just is what it is. I don't know if I'm hype about it yet. What do we do at receiver, Luke? You draft them. Have you looked at the receivers in this draft? You can literally just pick any receiver and not mess this up. Like, I'm not even being funny. If you have to go out your way to do anything extra, you trip it. You can draft a receiver by accident. The free agent receivers, you can hit on them. Okay, you can hit on them. So let me see what else. I'm not a big fan. I'm not big of free agent pickups. We need to start building through the draft. We are going to build through the draft, Zach. We are. But every good team has a healthy mix of free agents to draft. You build foundationally and majority of your talent through the draft. But you need to sprinkle in those veterans because those are bridge players that help set up other people. Okay. Jayvon Holland, the safety, I want the Lions to draft. That's number 8 from Oregon, if I'm not mistaken. Tokyo Rockstar. Not a bad pick. Collins is hot garbage. Man, you out cold. Luke, keep up the good work. I honestly think Tavai gets traded. Davis stays. I think they're going to try to move Tavai, but again, the contract's the problem. Luke is crushing it lately. First of all, shout out to the Hood Cam. Cam, thanks for coming through. Make sure you go and subscribe to him. He is also featured on my channel, so you can check him out. Let me see. I'm going to keep going through. Make sure I don't miss nobody. Thank you. That's what I said. Listen, this draft is loaded with receivers. The last thing you should be worried about is a damn receiver. First of all, this whole Devontae Smith love that y'all got, ask all that. Jamar Chase is the real deal, okay? You want the next Larry Fitzgerald, the next, sure hands, go get Jamar Chase. If Jamar Chase failed, I would be shocked. But you can hit free agency. You can get Corey Davis. You can get Allen Robinson. You got options. You can actually try to keep some of your players. I'm going to end the show with this one part because I thought about this and I was going to make it a video, but then I said, you know what, this would be fun. These are the 5 things that I thought about after hearing the news that Matthew Stafford wanted to be traded. And the first thing is why most candidates picked other teams over the Lions. When the news broke that they were telling people when they came in that Stafford had requested a trade, it made it more clear to me. I was under the belief that, one, it's already bad enough that we're not a hot destination. But now you're going to tell me that you're not a hot destination and I can't get my guy? It's a reason why these head coaches and these GMs took other jobs. It's a reason why we hired Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. And it's because people knew that. Another thing I thought about afterwards was how much this could affect who we re-sign. With Stafford being out the door, it is clear to me that if I am Kenny Galladay, why would I want to re-sign with the Lions? Unless you're giving me a king's ransom. If I'm Marvin Jones, why would I want to stay here? My best career stats came from this, man. Why would I want? No, I'm going somewhere else if I'm going to do that. Like, for what? I thought about this too. How good of a liar the Lions are. The Lions have been exceptionally well at lying. Like, I'm talking about, like, it ain't just been like a light thing. It's just 100% my ass is lying. I didn't think about that. I didn't think they can trick me good enough to buy into that, right? But they did. Another thing I thought about, which really, really got me to think about it, is Kenny Galladay probably never really got a contract because he knew Stafford had already talked to him in the locker room and had a desire to leave. So he figured, what's the point? Like, what is the point? The rumors of Saleh having a bad interview was true. I never thought about it to be true. I just thought, like, why would they leak this? Why would this be true? But I bet you it was true because they probably told him that we getting rid of Stafford, and he probably was like, "The hell? Why would you do this? Can I talk to him first? Let me bum this one. I still got a shot somewhere else." It just seemed like who wants to deal with that? Let me see. And then another thing I thought about when it came to this was, is the fact that Calvin Johnson was really talking to Matthew Stafford. Now, y'all may say, where did that one come from? Calvin Johnson said that he talked to Matthew Stafford all the time. So we already know that Dan Orlovsky does it. But I think Calvin Johnson probably went to him and said, bro, you finna go through another rebuild? You see how they get down? Bro, I don't know if I can go through all that. It's a dark cloud. And I thought about those things. So to me, I wanted to put those out there. Those are some of the things I thought about after hearing that he was going to get traded. Jimbo G says that, Luke, when are you going to have events surrounding around your podcast? Keep people can be physically in person. Just a thought. You know what? I never thought about it. Especially not with COVID. I ain't thought about much of nothing. I hate that I got to go outside. I'm like, damn it, I got to breathe this air with people? Oh, my God. I'm surprised ain't nobody thought about selling new oxygen. Like, just start, like, oxygen bars should be lit right now. Just new oxygen everywhere. But, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Rebuilds don't need to re-sign none of them. It's okay, cool, we're in with that. All right, let me go ahead. Ramon say CJ was like, get out. you say CJ ran past him and didn't even break stride and just kept going. Man, let me get out of here. Let me give y'all my positive quote for the day. Y'all got me tripping with these. Say he like, get out. Oh my God, this is funny. All right. That's funny. I was not expecting that. Okay, people. Here's my positive quote from the day. And it comes from me. I used to always be told when I was little, how can you appreciate what you get when you don't appreciate what you got? Right? Like, how is it possible for you to appreciate something new when you can't appreciate what is old? We have lost our way. We have lost our way, literally, and understanding that we have to find the value in those things that are old. Like, for example, right? Like mom and dad, they owe to us in all levels of the reality. But there's a appreciation for that old, right? And I'm starting to notice that we don't even do that with people in general. Okay? We don't even do that with people in general. We don't even spend the time to just be unbelievably appreciative of what we have. But we always want something new. You will never understand the importance of your new shiny toy or your new pair of shoes or your new TV or your new car or your new home until you appreciate what you have. And you know why? Because the moment it becomes old, you won't appreciate that neither. Take time to check yourself and get it together, people. With that being said, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I will be doing another show coming up very soon, God willing. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research. I am out.